Sergeant Sylvester Antolak. During World War II, on May 24, 1944, in the U.S. Army's breakout attempt of Anzio, he was awarded his Medal of Honor, serving with B Company, 1st Infantry, 3rd D Infantry Division, near Litoria, Italy. The sergeant charged 200 yards over flat, coverless terrain to destroy an enemy machine gun nest during the second day of the offensive, which broke through the German cordon of steel around the Anzio beachhead. Fully 30 yards in advance of his squad, he ran into withering enemy machine gun fire and pistol and rifle fire. 3 times he was struck by bullets and knocked to the ground, but each time he struggled to his feet to continue his relentless advance. With one shoulder deeply gashed and his right arm shattered, he continued to rush directly into the enemy fire concentration with his submachine gun wedged under his uninjured arm, until within 15 yards of the enemy strong point, when he opened fire at deadly close range, killing 2 Germans and forcing the remaining 10 to surrender. He reorganized his men and, refusing to seek medical attention, as he so badly needed, chose to lead the way to another strong point, 100 yards distant. Utterly disregarding the hail of bullets concentrated upon him, he had stormed ahead nearly 3/4 of the space between the strong point when he was instantly killed by hostile fire. Inspired by his example, his squad went on to overwhelm the enemy troops. By his supreme sacrifice, superb fighting courage, and heroism devotion to attack, Sergeant Antolak was directly responsible for eliminating 20 Germans, capturing an enemy machine gun, and clearing the path for his company to advance. He was posthumously awarded on November 1st, 1945, and the medal was presented to his mother in Clarenceville, Ohio. Today, he is buried near Cistern di Littora in Italy. An interesting note is that in the book Audie Murphy wrote, To Hell and Back, he refers to Sergeant Antolak as Lusky and provides the following account of his heroism. We roll over the wall and find ourselves within range of 2 enemy strong points, but for the moment the Krauts are ignoring us. They are absorbed by trying to split the 2 groups of men that preceded us. A sergeant in the 1st platoon senses this predicament. If his men are isolated, they will likely be destroyed. He makes his decision quickly, motions his men to follow. He rises and with a submachine gun charges head over towards one of the enemy positions 200 yards away. On the flat, coverless terrain, his body is a perfect target. A blast of automatic fire knocks him down. He springs to his feet with a bleeding shoulder and continues his charge. The guns rattle. Again he goes down. Fascinated, we watch as he gets up for the 3rd time and dashes straight into the enemy fire. The Germans throw everything they had at him. He falls to earth, and when he again pulls himself to his feet, we see that his right arm is shattered. But wedging his gun under his left armpit, he continues firing and staggers forward. 10 horrified Germans throw down their guns and yell "Kamerad." That is all I see, but later I learned that the sergeant, ignoring the pleas of his men to get under cover and wait for medical attention, charged the 2nd enemy strong point. By sheer guts, he advanced 60 yards before being stopped by a final concentration of enemy fire. He reeled, then tottered towards another few yards before falling. Inspired by his valor and half insane with rage, his men took over, stormed the Kraut emplacement, captured it. When they returned to their leader, he was dead. That is how Lutsky, the sergeant, helped buy the freedom that we cherish and abuse. End
I'll
quote.
bring them to you.
And it's a good quote, too.